Elon Musk posted some incredible cringe on Twitter, and it got torn apart. So let me share this and break down how stupid this is. And this isn't really a discussion about Elon Musk as much as it's about this idea that the Democratic Party has moved left, when nothing at all indicates that. But let's start with, transition. Let's start with his tweet here showing year 2008. There he is, just left of center. And then 2012. Apparently in 2012, the left moved really far left, while he stays just left of center. And then in 2021, the woke progressive is calling somebody a bigot, apparently. And now Elon Musk is to the right of the center. So he's trying to claim here the left has moved so far left. Yes. All the crazy left-wing things that have happened since 2012, like Medicare for all. No. Higher wages. No. Like what has gone on? So let me go through a lot of this here. And the responses are, of course, universal in calling out the bullshit. But let's start with this. So we have to first attack this on what is he trying to say? Is he saying the Democratic Party has moved left? Or is he saying that the voters have moved far left? Well, we actually have an answer on what he meant. I'll get there. But let's start with the assumption that he means the voters. So the voters have moved super left, and that's why he can no longer be with the left wing. Okay. Looking at issues such as gay marriage, it's gradually increased since 2012. But okay, a majority of people, and by the way, look who's on the correct side of history here. It took a long while, for the Democratic Party to catch up, but they eventually caught up. But now even Republicans, a majority of Republicans support gay marriage. That's, that was legalized, I guess, since 2012. But are you against that? Like, I don't know. What is he trying to argue here? So that you can't claim that's super far left, because that's just human rights, just basic understanding of, recognizing and allowing people to be who they are. Another issue here, legalizing marijuana. Again, we've seen gradual increases in support of this. Of course, this is the right thing to do. Elon Musk famously smoked weed with Joe Rogan on his podcast, so we have to imagine he supports legalizing marijuana. Well, right now, only Democratic voters and independents are in support of legalizing marijuana in a majority, 83% and 72%. Republicans have actually gone down. Now, 48% of them support legalizing marijuana, meaning a majority of them don't support it. Showing you, Republicans have moved further right. Democrats have gradually increased their support of a very basic social policy. But again, are you disagreeing with this? Of course he's not. He's on board with this. But he still thinks he's on the right. Another issue, majority of Americans favor wealth tax on the very rich. Well, I think we know where Elon Musk is on this issue. He's not in support of this, but a majority of Americans, not the far left, a majority of Americans support a wealth tax. Well, here's what he actually meant. So he tweeted afterwards saying, I strongly supported Obama for president, but today's Democratic Party has been hijacked by extremists. Oh, of course. Because the party is now led by Joe Biden, Obama's vice president. The House is led by Nancy Pelosi, the same person who led the House when Obama was president. Then you got, Steny Hoyer also was in leadership, still in leadership. Oh, I know what's changed. Chuck Schumer, extreme leftist Chuck Schumer, now heading the Senate. I guess that's what he's talking about. Because what else could he possibly be talking about? I mean, this reaction here breaks it down very clearly. Zach Bornstein here saying, a helpful graphic I made for no one in particular. Democrats, 2008, 2021, Joe Biden. Republicans, John McCain, a moderate in terms of the Washington spectrum, a moderate Republican, now hang Mike Pence. So who has really moved? And this isn't just, memes dictating this or showcasing this, but actual data. Pew Research, Republicans have moved further to the right than Democrats have moved to the left. So this is from 1971 down to 2022. Democrats barely moved more liberal. Meanwhile, you have Republicans moving much further to the right, and that's in the Senate and the House. Very similar result here. Democrats barely moving to the left, Republicans moving further and further to the right. And I think there's another graph on this. Indeed, here's overall. On average, Congress has become more conservative over the past 5 decades. So again, from 71 to 2022, you see here the move towards the right. And that includes both parties have moved further right based on clearly what they're fighting for and or not getting accomplished. So you have there's many studies on this. Here's another one. This one's out of Sweden. Republicans closely resemble autocratic parties in Hungary and Turkey. And this is one of their data points here showing how in terms of level of party commitment to democracy, Democrats have remained fairly the same, and I would say almost to their detriment. They barely fight Republicans at all. Meanwhile, the GOP have gone much lower and have backslid towards authoritarianism. And again, this is a Swedish study, not some, partisan hacks here. People out of Sweden showing this. Also, another indication of how off base Elon Musk is. Richard Nixon is the one that ushered in the EPA. If a Republican tried to do this today, they would be laughed out of the room. In fact, this is too far left for a Democrat. Democrats would be afraid to do this. They're doing barely anything, if anything at all, on the climate crisis. Richard Nixon brought in the EPA. But no, Democrats have moved extreme left. And Warren Gunnels here, fantastic little breakdown showing in 2000, this is the actual differences between these years. 2008, Elon Musk, I ran out of cash. Wall Street bailout up to $29 trillion. Minimum wage, $6.55. 2015, Musk's growing empire fueled by $4.9 billion in government subsidies. A reminder that Musk's wealth that has been created for himself is not just because of his own hard work. It's because of his ununionized employees and, of course, the money he takes from government contracts. In 15, his net worth was $13.2 billion, minimum wage $7.25. 2022, Musk's net worth now $253 billion, minimum wage the same, $7.25. But somehow society has moved so far left that a billionaire added more than $200 billion to his net worth. And I have to share this as well, because this came out of this. The Surfs shared this. It is sad and funny. Elon Musk stole this from someone else and did not credit them. And this guy is still kissing Elon Musk's ass, which is so depressing. Colin Wright here saying, thank you for sharing my cartoon, Elon Musk. You can buy the mug? Is that what it says? The mug in my store? Oh God, this is on a mug. This is Colin made this up. Unfortunately, Elon Musk didn't credit me as the creator of the cartoon. But if you would like to buy a unique piece of internet history, you can now bid for it as my first NFT. Oh, so thrilled that Elon Musk shared my political cartoon. Unfortunately, same thing. And then he says here, people are for some bizarre reason really upset that I am trying to take credit for my original art recently shared by Elon Musk and even gasp trying to make money selling it. So this guy has every right to try and sell this as an NFT. I think NFT images are stupid, but whatever. If he can sell it, make some money, go right ahead. But people are actually attacking this guy for mentioning that Elon Musk didn't give him credit. There are some crazy fanboys on Twitter for Elon Musk. It makes absolutely no sense. But to get back to, the main issue here, the claim that somehow the left has moved so extreme left What has happened on mass incarceration? In fact, Biden has called for more police funding. Where's the move left here? Or like the continued gap between the growing gap between the rich and the poor. I showed you that with how much money Elon Musk has made. Rolling back in voting rights, Democrats not getting anything done on that either. Meanwhile, the right is trying to ban abortion, banning books on race and LGBTQ issues. Their anti-climate science stances. They also incited a riot on the Capitol. I mean, all of these things. Not to mention, if you want to just say, oh, well, it's not Biden, but it's people like AOC. So asking for crazy far left things like expanding healthcare to Medicare for all, a single payer system that other countries, every other country has, some kind of universal system. Canada has a single payer system. Healthcare for all, super far left extreme. Increasing wages. I showed you how they just stayed the same. Maybe people need to make a little more money. Maybe as a billionaire increases wealth by $200 billion, it's not too much to ask that people at the bottom can make a little more. Canceling student loan debt, which would actually help the economy, putting money back into society, freeing people up to start a family, maybe buy a home. But no, somehow all of this is too far left. Yet none of it's gotten done. And the actual Democratic Party has moved to the right. But this is the brain on this man.